Other things stop them from accepting their calling. Sacrifice, losing their life. God, I wanted to do this, but God, wherever you go, I will go. Who say that? It's my way or the highway. God, I want this relationship. The second thing, God, he said sacrifice. He also, Ruth chapter 2, verse 11 said, Boaz replied to her. This is the reason why Boaz wanted her. So everyone who out there looking for their Boaz, and this is the reason, he said, Boaz replied, he said, all that you have done for your mother-in-law. All you have done for yourself, or who? Your what? Mother-in-law. After death of your husband has been fully reported to me, and how you left your father and your mother and the land of your birth, and came to these people and did not know them previously. So what God is saying, I need you to get back to life and back to reality because if you don't forsake the things that you know and come to me, the reason why Boaz married Ruth, married her, is because she forsake everything she knew for the sake of others. How many of us care about others more than we care about ourselves? Amen. Amen. Listen, now listen. Now watch this. I'm going to ask a question now. But now, some of us don't realize the line, Pastor. If we care about others more than ourselves, how many of you in here? How many of you in here? Let God use them when He's supposed to use them. When He wants to use them. How many of y'all let God use you? How many of you are in here, are walking in your calling? You believe you walk in your calling? Raise your hand. Mighty quiet. Ain't no hand, preacher. So the whole purpose of that is saying that we have people that's connected to us. I tell people, if you're not going to do it for yourself, change for your children. If you're not going to change for your children, change for the people that's coming behind you. We need to understand that there's a tribe that's connected to us. There's people dying when we live wrong. And there's people living when we live right. So, Mother, I know you got issues. I know you got passion and feelings and stuff. But the reason why I'm going to live right, I'm going to sacrifice because I don't want Tay to fall in the same response I do. I don't want my daughter to meet Little Junior like I met Little Junior and thought Little Junior was going to be with me forever. And Little Junior got me pregnant about 4 or 5 times. And Little Junior, he in Texas somewhere, he locked up. Now my baby can't see nobody. This is my last one. And the reason why God wants us to come back to life, back to reality, He said you must suffer, you must sacrifice. And the third thing, y'all, you guys gonna love this. You can shout, you can go home on this one. This is better. This is a better one. Our church one, we like this better. He said you must succeed. So one thing I like about God, He ain't gonna let you suffer and sacrifice without first not having a reason. He wants us to succeed. He wants us to say, like Philippians 4:12 says, I can do all things through Christ which strengthens me. Some of us can't say that because we won't let God finish the work that He has in us. Some of us can't tell our daughters and our sons that, hey, baby, I've been through that. And I've conquered it. No, some of us can't say that because we're still doing it now. Some men and women in here still choosing. Still thirsty. Some mothers and fathers here still haven't accepted the call of God on their life, but this was the moment. You know, I'm straight up. I got it from her. Now this way is to kill me about my mom. She did the best that she can. Like I said, it's all about culture. Well, was the kid on mom? She said, "Do Willie." That sounds just like Willie. I think I was a problem child because I taught that, but I was a little smart too. I was a little educated a little bit. She said, "Willie, do what I say, and not as I do." I'm like, "Mom, that don't rhyme to me. That don't rhyme. How you tell me not to go hunch little Sally, and you got little John over there? How you gonna tell me that? You got Big John over there. You got Big John over there." But as I said, I want this. She raised me. I want to change it all. But the whole point I'm saying is, God is saying, we as Christians, we need to do what we have to do to suffer, to sacrifice, and to succeed. So we can tell people, I've been through this thing. I've been through your temptations. I've been through the things that you went through. But I can tell you, I've succeeded through it. I may have failed, but I got back up on my feet. Okay. Yeah. Some of us might not want to hear this, but I guarantee you, if we take this mindset to our homes, I guarantee we'll see more blessings. God said, if we commit our ways to Him, everything that we touch shall prosper. Why isn't the church of God? Why are we not prospering? Because we're not suffering and sacrificing. We'll make it to step 1 and forget about step 2. And we won't, and the third step is succeed. For us Christian folk, we want to succeed and never suffer and never sacrifice. All of us want a paycheck and don't want to go to work. Like I say, Kevin Hart always say, everybody want to be famous, but nobody want to put the work in. Amen. So God is saying, I need you to get back to life reality. You're going to suffer, so stop crying. You're going to sacrifice. People ain't going to like you on your job. Your little boyfriend thought you like a little man that you with, or a situation you thought was going to be forever, a couple of forevers. You will find it was a couple of days. So the whole point of the lesson, God is telling us, we need to get out of the mindset of stop being stuck in the now and prepare and not being afraid for the future. I hate when people say, I'm doing this now because I'm going to die anyway. You only live once. That's a lie. I'm going to tell you why. Because the people that look up to you and follow you, they're living as well. Amen. So even though we only live once, we were responsible for the people that's living around us. Right. So just because, so when I die, I done messed up their life and they did. I'm gonna close with this. I'm watching a show called Till Death. This is canceled, man. And this guy named Eddie, he had this thing about giving people nicknames. I'm closing with this. He had this thing about giving people nicknames. And he ran into this lady. He didn't know who she was. She was like, "You don't know who I am?" And she was the principal. And he's like, "No, I don't know who you are." And she's like, "You sure you don't know who I am? You sure? And she said, I sat in your class for like 3 days. You still don't know who I am?" She said, "Yeah, just like you did me, just like I was when I was a student in your class." She said, he said, "You don't know who I am?" She said, "Okay, what about this?" She said, my name is, they called me Dimple. Dimple, a very negative name, Dimple something. He was like, "Oh yeah, I remember your name." He's like, I didn't know your name, but I remember the nickname I gave you. She said, "Yeah." She said, "That same nickname you gave me, you caused me to go in a mental home. You caused me to go to a strip club. You caused me, but she said my whole life. She said, as I got my life back together, my whole life I became a principal and came back to the same place I work at just to get back at you." So he never knew. He was living his life doing what he thought was cool. Yeah. And he messed up a student's life. So the saying to say, we need to understand, we need to live our life because that principle might come back and get us. Because the Bible said, be not deceived, God is not mocked. Whatever we sow, we shall reap. So I'm saying this. We need to understand the reality that our life is not our own. We need to start to understand the reality that God wants to mature us through our situations. So we need to stop crying and buck on up and let God use us and use the people that he's using. But I want you guys to understand, if you choose that life, don't get mad when the principal comes back to take revenge on you. Don't get mad when the background comes back and say, what's up? Don't get mad. Don't get mad. When you get decision, when you make a decision to have sex outside of marriage and now your baby daddy give you problems because he with another woman and he doing good. And he won't pay child support. Honey, he won't pay child support for nothing. My mama can tell you that my daddy got away from him. Lord know how we could be good with child support, I'm trying to tell you. We need to understand that decisions we make, they can come back to hunt us or help us. So imagine if you'd gave that girl a positive word in her life. She could have became something else. She could have said, just because of that teacher who said something positive in my life, I became the president of the United States. So let's ask ourselves, how many people have you helped become positive? Or how many people have you drawn to the strip club? How many people have you made alcoholics? Wow. Because guess what? Every boyfriend you with is not your boyfriend, it's somebody else's husband. Wow. Amen. Every girlfriend that you with is somebody else's girlfriend. It's not your wife. Amen. Oh, I was just young though, but that didn't belong to you. Now we got people, we living our lives. I'm like, God, why did I mess up these folks' life? She didn't belong to me. She didn't belong to me. So now she's stripping on the pole because I had one night of fun. So it's time. God want us to understand that our decisions, they cost us a lot. But God wants us to know, as we as Christians, we need to be aware of that. Whatever we sow, we shall reap. So we need to understand, let's mature. God is trying to mature us and get us to make better decisions. So I want to tell you guys like this. Back to life. Back to reality. And what God is doing, he's what? Maturing us. That's it.
Let us stand on our feet. Amen. Come on. Let's stand on our feet and give a round of applause to the man of God for his dynamic message. Back to life. Back to reality. Back to the what?